I got to get my proper attire on for you real quick.
Jesus, you got the green screen and everything. Oh my God.
How's that?
Even better.
Good? You like that?
Yeah.
Course approved. Course
Yeah.
approved. All right, guys, we are with my buddy Justin Rinas from the Skramble House of Golf you're in the Philly area, right?
That's right. Philly.
All right, very good, man. Very good. First thing I want to do is just eat a little bit of humble pie real quick, because I have always hated teaching into nets, hitting into nets, indoor instruction, period. And yeah, obviously the Sims have brought us a long way, but even with the Sims, you can really only do so much. And a lot of the times it's really technical development. You're working on the golf swing, you're trying to create a ball striker. And I've always felt like the lack of being able to see a true ball flight kind of inhibits the growth as a player. But as I can see behind you, you got my bread and butter right behind you, the short game area.
There you go. Check it out.
So tell us like how you got into the start of this deal, how you got into the golf business, what made you want to do the Skramble thing? Because I think it's amazing, man. I think it's innovative. I think it's creative. And I know that I've watched you grind yourself throughout the whole process, man. So it's been an inspiration. You know, I'm coming back with the teaching products and stuff. So watching you grind and build something that a lot of people like myself, again, humble pie, didn't think could be done indoors, man. You insert foot here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know, probably 15 years ago, worked for a guy, Breed, up in New York, Golf Channel, and I thought I worked hard. He he's got the golf fix. He was
Michael Breed.
Yeah, Michael Breed. Yeah, Breed.
I gotcha.
And that was like, oh man, what am I, 35? So probably 16, 17 years ago. And watching that dude grind and like, I would get up at 5, he'd be already there. So I lived for that kind of world. And I learned service, high-end, private club, Westchester, Wingfoot, Fenway, Sunningdale. So I got into the golf business early at that high level. And I'm just like, got to be a head pro, right? That's kind of your pedigree has to be that. Now, obviously, you can see what I roll with, and clearly that's not anything a private club or whatever you want to call that. But here we are. What's it? Almost 9:15. Got 7-8 bays going. I got Sarah and her dad putting right now on Putt View, and I kind of went against the grain, renegade style, and that's kind of where this kind of went. 3 years ago, I was teaching golf at a nice club, 7-8 years in, and it just never really got to the level I wanted to go. And now, this is number 2. The first one's 8,000 square feet. This is 21, and I'm retail now instead of commercial and industrial. So it's just a different dynamic. And people told me I couldn't do it. I had no cash. I was broke, living on couches. Came up with the concept model, raised $1 million to do the first one. Now I raised about 1.5 to do this one. And I wanted to have control of the company. I turned down a lot of money, like stupid money in February, but I didn't have control on how this works. And George, as you know, if you don't have control as a golf pro, these people have not excuse my language, a fucking clue how this works. I'm sorry. And they're home, they're in their 4 houses, they're 3 cars, 5 cars, whatever. They go to different clubs. They want to do this. Well, let me tell you what, this girl right here is getting better at putting at 9:15 at night because I gave her a drill to do, and I don't need to be there, right? So that's kind of how I do my model and concept. I want to make sure no one can be here longer. I was at my other facility at 6:30 this morning with my accountant to make sure he gets his swings better and my financials are decent. But now, I got this, and we'll be going until probably midnight tonight. So that's kind of how it went from very high-end private club, learned kind of where I want to go and what I want to do. And at 35, I just go, I'm going to be me. I love what I do. This is, who I am. Right. If you tell me I can't do it, sit back, watch, George, because I'll show you. I'll tell you exactly how to do it, and then I'll show you, and then I fill it, and then we do another one,
Right. Dude, I've watched a lot of it. As you know, I'm always commenting on it. You know, we bought a homestead a couple years ago, so I know how much we've cleared land, built buildings, renovated our
Yep.
entire home just about. I know how much work goes into it. So, you know, when you're doing stuff like the graffiti, I love the graffiti. I knew it was you spraying some of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's crazy. I'll show you a little bit, just a little
take
walk
us around
if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely, man.
it's kind of hard to explain this size, but you can see here, and when we talk about environment, this is a 12-hole putt-putt course. We designed it. It's fun. We got graffiti in the back wall. Here's George, I got one of these sending you. I got this hoodie, this hoodie, this hoodie. We wear hoodies in here, man. So
if it's got a golf logo on it, it's a golf attire, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's kind of what we wrote.
As soon as I got blue ones coming. I got a blue one coming for you too. So we'll swap.
Okay.
We'll do the hoodie swap, the jersey swap.
Yeah, I can't wait. So it's funny. We just got done with our 32 Junior Invitational in our private room. So this is just nice to have events. It was big. Cool, we had studs, invite only. So I just wanted to make sure, we got obviously the studs. If you think you're good, go play against my boys because they're good. So
now what are you running in terms of
conference room?
What are you running? Oh, that's sweet. So there's your little business. Yeah. Come into your little
you want to have a meet. Yeah, you have a meeting there, and then your putt there.
Right now, let me ask you a question. Why would you spend all that area on putt and short game when everybody knows it's all about the driver these days, right?
Yeah, right. So there's the Sims right there, but this right. I mean, you want to count my money? It's $150K right there, just sitting there.
Beautiful.
And people go, well, "What's the ROI?" Well, guess what? I don't care. I want people to get better. This is my favorite room here.
So here's the thing about the putting that I don't think a lot of people understand is it doesn't matter.
There it is.
Oh, that's sweet too.
Yeah, George. Yeah, a little private room there.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I know. This is like learning right here, George.
That's where you can gain the most strokes. Doesn't matter how big you are, how strong you are, how fast you are. If you can drain 6-8 footers, you can gain on the field all day. And people just don't understand how important the flat stick is. So when I saw you doing this massive short game here, I was like, oh my God, it's so sick.
Yeah.
So again,
well, and honestly, when I do all this stuff, all the business guys, and I have enough of them, and they love my models. They tell me, you should go more Sims. You should do this. You should do that. And I just go, if you're going to build it for me and pay me or pay rent, I'll listen to you. But a lot of those guys, they just have ideas, but they have no idea. Like who's right now, let me know who works in the golf business at 9:15 watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have a dozen people right now at 9:15, and we're getting better. I mean, and this is what people just don't understand. That guy just got in here. He's going to at least be here an hour and a half. He brought his buddy from another private club, 2 private clubs, and this is all down the road right here. And this is what happens every day, all day. And honestly, for me, because I'm 24/7, and that's the number one thing, George, why pay dues at a really high-end club and you can't hit golf balls right now?
Right.
You can't get
I don't understand why we haven't figured it out in the Western world at night golf. It's huge in Asia, and it is awesome.
It's huge. Yeah, love it.
Throw up some stadium, and you can even do it with the generators and stuff for just like a couple night events or something like that.
A lot of guys that don't want to work, they'll bring up the fact that we got insurance and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, look at Topgolf. It's a disaster insurance company, right? And they just roll. I mean, that's how if you look at all the companies and I look at golf, and this is why I enjoy kind of what you're bringing, and even Michael, ladies, Mike, we're talking just disturbers. I'm just a disturber.
I love it.
And if you don't like me, George, I don't care if you don't like me. If you don't like this, cool. Yeah. I don't care. I my first one sold out. This one's about to be sold out, and we're not even really open. And the next one's going to be built. And for me, I want to bring something into the golf market that's never been happening. And I'll fight. I like to fight and, go to war. Let's go to war. I enjoy competition. I tell
You're not
anybody,
going to ever have any competition. You're never going to have any competition.
It's going to be hard, man.
So here's one of the things I wanted to bring up, man, is having been part of the golf business when all the COVID stuff happened and we had just switched into the homestead, I was just like, okay, screw it. I'll focus on the homestead paradigm shift, focus on family and everything. And honestly, a lot of it was just because I was worried about bottom dollar. Your focus has always been like, whose house is that? I don't even have to tell you.
It's everybody's house.
It's their house. Honestly. And that's the way you have always.
It's not my house. I just built it for them. Right. I mean, literally, like Sarah needs a place to get better. Right. She's not very good. She doesn't have anyone to care about her. Well, I care about her because I built it for her. Right. And this girl in 7, she walks by me. She doesn't say hello. Let me tell you what, George, the number one rule, the only rule I have in the house is you say hi and bye.
Yeah. And that's another thing, how it accountability. Works. Me and Mike, we talked about that last week, Big Mike. As soon as you put a little bit of accountability on your players, man, it just automatically they just hold themselves accountable. It's great.
Dude, you're gonna love this story. So just had a guy join. His son obviously paid his son's dues, like most parents. Kid left his brand new Mizuno wedge right in that bunker. I called him up and I said, I just want to let you know, your son's going to do 50 burpees. And if he doesn't do the 50 burpees from leaving that wedge right in that bunker, he's out. I'll take his key fob away. Right. I don't care how much money you have, George. I just don't. And I never will. I care about taking care of the place and just keep doing it. So that's kind of the motto. And, for me, everyone says I'm the owner. I'm not the owner. She's the owner. He's the owner. Everyone's the owner.
And I feel like, man, that's why you'll never have any competition right there. Because if anybody that's big in corporate's going to come in here, you're going to get the lawyers involved and the insurance, and all of a sudden it's going to be about bottom dollar, and they'll never be able to offer the experience. And like, dude, it's been an inspiration watching you do all this. It's great. So
it's a grind, that's for sure.
Oh well, when you're a creator,
I tell you what, I look in the camera and man, I am beat right now. I need some sleep.
You need to go get dropped off in the middle of Alaska for a hunt or something.
Tell me about it.
So talk to me about what made you the hunting thing, since I just brought that up. It's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're out there and you're stalking and stuff, it's not just one scale. So essentially, let's say you're bow hunting, right? Because I'm sure you do long range rifle hunting.
No. I just do bow hunts.
Just
bow hunt. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I love bow hunts.
Let's say you're out stalking, right? And you want to be a good hunter, you want to be efficient. It's not just about the form of how you're pulling back your release and all that stuff. It's actually the collection of skills.
Yeah.
Right?
And a lot of, if you watch my videos, and I film everything just to show people on like by yourself, doing it yourself, and you're trying to go kill an animal. And, I don't care if listen, if you're in my world, I'm trying to beat you too. So I'm trying to kill you. I mean, anybody, and that's the killer mentality that a lot of people don't understand. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan has this, but I can't have it. No, I can. I'm a golf pro, whatever you want to call me. I don't give a shit. I'll kill you. And I will wake up every day to beat that person. And I smile, I'll shake your hand. Let's go to war. And, that's what it's just like when I go bow hunt. I'm looking at an animal and I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to try to kill him, bring him home. I actually got my caribou somewhere. Oh yeah, here's my dude, this is my career bow. Talk about bow.
I saw the antelope.
Yeah. So this right here, you follow me, 81-yard shot right there.
That's stupid.
That antelope. But yeah, I mean, like, whether it's bow hunting, golf. I mean, that's kind of, it's just one of those things. It's just a mentality. I don't care about family. Don't care about kids. I don't care about like where my house is. I've been broke for a long time. I've been sleeping in my car. And that's another thing. What people don't understand is when you can't eat and you can't live and you can't sleep somewhere, your mind goes into survival mode.
Right.
And, when I don't listen, you can look at this pretty place. I mean, I'm broke as a joke. I make $700 every 2 weeks my rent, what I pay a month is more than I made in the whole year last year. So that's kind of what it is. I mean, I live for this, and this is what I love to do. And, it took me a while, and the golf business just beats you down. You got dumbasses that tell you you're an idiot, and you got clubs that fire you. You got people that are trying to explain, like, hey, George, you need to teach this way. You need to look this way. You can only make 40 grand. But dude, guess what? Fuck you. I mean, it's just at the end of the day.
80 hours a week teaching.
I mean, come on, man. And And let's be real. And then they don't invest in you. And then you put all the time in. And then one day they just go, you know what, George? See you, buddy. I'll bring my buddy Mike in, and he'll start working. And then all of a sudden you're done. All the programs you run, all the things that you did, it doesn't matter. And that's the problem in this whole world that I try to explain to people. Nobody cares about you, George. I don't care about you, bro. I just don't. You got to go on your own. Go figure it out. I got to figure it out. Yeah. Because let me tell you what, I luckily had a couple people that took me in when I had nothing and believed in me and gave me a shot.
Right.
And once you have the opportunity to shot, you can do something with yourself. But, you know, whether it's business, life, bow hunting, anything, you got one shot, man.
You better that's another thing, man. Let's get a little entrepreneurship kind of thing going on. One of the things I think people fail on is execution. Like, it's hard
for sure.
to do stuff. Like, we all have great ideas, but like,
the ideas go like this.
Right. Right. So what do you got, like, advice for somebody, especially this younger generation, man? Everybody, me and Mike were talking about that too. Everybody's taught to fit into a box, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like, be different, come up with what you can come up with, and like, go create something, right? And you've done
I tell people, don't go to college. Don't do it. Honestly, just right from the get-go. You're 18, 19. You have no responsibility. See you, Ron. See you, Ray. See you, Sarah. Hey, great job tonight, okay? You know, you don't at the end of the day, no paper means nothing. Now, obviously, doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever. But at the end of the day, nowadays, you can go do whatever the hell you want. The problem is you got to go do it, right? So you see all these people, whether it's real estate, whether it's investment, or whatever, if you can't keep pushing through there, and when you're 18 to 25, that's the biggest opportunity you have. Right? I have a 19-year-old kid here who's a stud. I tell him to quit college. He's going to run my facilities for me. I'll teach him the program. It's not that big of a deal. Right. I can't teach what he's got. I mean, you know, we've gone probably 15 hours today, and we got another 18 hours to go tomorrow. I got a Fox News live show coming tomorrow at 8. I got lessons start at 6.
I love it, man.
I got a ladies' night at 5 to 8. You know what I'm saying? So that's where there's no off season, there's no time, there's no off, there's no holidays. Not for me, anyways. Not an entrepreneurship, right? So that's another thing. What people realize is they want the money in the cars and Andrew Tate world. Well, guess what, dude? You better grind your ass off to figure that out before you even see that.
And sleepless nights, running numbers,
like there's that. Like, you know, what I find funny is that people try to figure out my model. I have lived it and executed it for close to 3 years now. Right. Every day since I was like literally up. And even when I'm like sleeping and I don't sleep, I already think about my model because it's not flawless yet. And let me tell you what, when it's flawless, nobody can touch me. Even stupid money can't touch me. And that's the entrepreneurship, right? So I have an idea. You have an idea. Let's build this, right? This is cool. It's 1.5 million. Go do it. I had to raise it cash. I figured it out. I have majority of the company. I can make decisions. But it's hard to do this style. And then you got to fill it. I have all the Sims full right now. It's 9:30. Right. All right.
So before we jump onto our part 2.
Part 2.
Let's talk about how do you develop when you're coaching in an indoor environment. Obviously, you've got some restrictions that you might not necessarily have at your typical facility. So what kind of mentality do you have your players focus on when they're actually trying to get better or incorporate a change that you know?
Man, I wish you were about an hour before, because I've just fixed a guy's start line, path, face, situation in indoor setup. Let me see if I can, who can I show? So I can bring people on a golf course and a pin, which is huge. And I probably should do a video of this because it's very important to understand. So let me just show you this real quick. And then we'll go to part 2, and then we'll kind of get into this, right? So Jay's a pretty good player. I played against him last week, smoked him at 9 holes just to show him, hey, dude, you got to get better. So he's practicing on the driving range right now. We got a 75-yard pitch shot. He's actually hitting it pretty good, decent spin numbers, launch. But what happens is these people just go on this range and doesn't really push them. Right. Then I give them 7 miles an hour off the bat, like off whatever, down off the shoulder. Now all of a sudden you got 7 miles an hour downwind to a front pin. What do? George.
Right.
You better know how to do that, because let me tell you what, nobody cares. The range did nothing. You got to hit the shot.
What you're running the quads?
Yeah, I got 2 quads and 10 hawks. I do the hawks because I have lefties and righties, and I mean a lot of lefties. And I don't know, randomly, I don't have a lefty in here so far. So, but yeah, so I do the hawks, the quads, all that stuff. So, but it's kind of, I got away from the club data just because people go nuts about it, dude. Yeah. Freaking nuts. I mean, like, they just want to see the path, face, walk. Where they
all that stuff matters is to help them understand the pattern, right?
Exactly. Just know the pattern. Yeah. I mean, Jay's got a decent pattern right there. I mean, but he's got to know to a back pin to a front pin and all that stuff. So, you know, that's where we change the game indoor, because you can't do that on a driving range anywhere else.
Well, that's because most driving ranges, even outdoor facilities, are mostly just empty field. We've had that conversation.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And you hit shitty balls to a messed up target. Hey, hang on 1 second, George. Hey, Johnny boy, can you just help Todd? That quad switches to putting mode and he can't find the box. So you see it? You see where the ball is right there? The box just gets smaller. Sorry, man. It's just I see a player like, you know, I gotta make. Like,
I love this, man.
You know what I mean?
This is just this is what I want.
Oh yeah, this is running a business. I mean, like, I got 2 facilities. I got cameras in both facilities. After I get off this, I have people in Horsham in my other facility. I only have 5 simulators. That thing's full till midnight tonight. So I just have to make sure that place is going well. This place is fine. So it's a lot. So I'm just trying to keep, you know, I love these opportunities, these podcasts, because what people don't understand is I'm not busy. You're not busy, George. I don't care if you have family thing. You're just not that busy. And when people say they're busy, it's just a cop out. It's such bullshit. You're not busy. And if you think you're busy, you come follow me around a day.
Right.
I'm at least 16, 18 hours a day, at least. Yeah. And I got 200 women come tomorrow. I got about a $3,000 party bill that I got to pay. I got about 1.1 million that I have to, you know, in debt to my investors, and I got rent due January 1. So, you know, that's just what people just don't understand in this world. It's just we just never stop. And if your brain doesn't understand, and I'm watching people play, because my number one thing is the experience, right? I don't care if it's 6 o'clock in the morning. These guys don't care I'm tired. They just don't. And I got to be on my A game, and we got to make sure we have these guys ready to go. And it's tough. But I'll say this: I have, if you don't know Aronimink, if you don't know Philly Cricket, if you don't know Saucon Valley, all these top clubs that are members here, I have to up my game, because I'm just not an indoor facility. I'm a private club.
No,
and I hold my standard very, very high. Right?
Yeah. Well, it shows. It's a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. The only thing you're lacking is a 3D target back there, right? At that.
Yes, I know.
81 yards.
Yes. Since we are a private club, I got back tags too. I'll send you one with your hoodie, bro.
Very good, very good. I got something that you're going to be able to use indoors. Remember, I told you I want to see that burn with diesel fuel.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I'm reworking that. So when that comes back, it's actually going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. I'll send you some of that stuff.
I'm excited. It's going to go right there.
Dude, I love what you've done.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Plug where people can check you out real quick.
I mean, like, listen, we got So. If you look at like my adventures and how I go into grizzly country in Alaska, stag stalker, stag meaning alone, stalker obviously is pretty good. So I do YouTube, all that stuff, Instagram. What we call ourselves the Skramble House of Golf, and with a K, because we're different. And yes, I am looking to what's that called with the lawyers and everything? Trademark the name. We call it Skaud. So when anyone says with a SQUAD, they ain't cool, bro. SKUAD. That's how we roll.
When I was in college, man, I had my first instruction company was Smash Factor Golf. We taught out of Askew Island in Ocean City, Maryland, and it was with a K.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, you got to be different. You got to be different. So that's So the Skramble House of Golf. If you Google indoor facilities, I mean, Jesus, if I don't pick up, we got a problem. YouTube, I documented it from part 1 to part 4. You can see the whole build. I will show you how I took it from AC Moore to this. And I will go to a mall, go to a movie theater, I don't care. I'm building more of these, and I'm changing the game. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
you definitely are, buddy. Like I said,
Yep.
humble pie, man. You proved me wrong.
we have a good time.
All right, buddy. I will
All right, bro.
I'll post all those links down when we post this thing up to make sure we get traffic headed your way, and we'll jump on for
Let's
part
go.
2 in a second.